Hello, good morning. It is Friday, and I have Bruce Rhodes here. Hi.
Good morning, Lisa.
You have something very exciting come up next Saturday.
Yes.
We have the Legacy Ball.
The Legacy
it's here
Ball.
already.
Yeah. It's April already.
Yeah.
Spring break came and went in a hurry, and everybody's...
It was funny. I was looking at the school calendar, and I was like, oh, the kids don't have any days off until Memorial Day now. This is a long stretch.
Yeah, this is... Well, and especially, a lot of... I've said this before, but a lot of schools, a lot of districts, that January, February...
is a long stretch.
It's a long stretch.
Yeah.
We kind of have the charity drive to break that up.
And there's some in-service days and work days in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now, you're right. Now you come back from spring
break.
There's
no holiday. There's
April,
no in-service.
There's May, and then there's it's kind
freedom.
of the end of May.
Yeah.
And the combination of no breaks and, spring is
nicer
and
weather.
You get some sunny days in there, and people are starting to get a little antsy. But it's also a fun time of the year.
Yeah.
I know when
We're
I was
on
a
the
teacher,
downhill slope.
I kind of saved. Well, I taught science, and so there were a lot of things going on. Biology-wise in the spring. So there were a lot of really fun things you can do in the spring with students as well. So
there's a lot of, we have so many options for field trips and things like that.
Yeah, you get outside, you kind of shoot, you kind of put some things out there and have kids kind of anticipate and shoot for some fun events. And so there's a lot of things that will be happening here this spring that will kind of keep teachers and kids on their toes. So
yeah. Fun. I know. The daffodils are all beautiful outside the little studio window here. It's exciting.
Flowers going, trees, just all sorts of things.
Allergies.
Loose right now. Allergies probably in the mix as well. So,
so every spring you have your Legacy Ball.
That's right. As the flowers start blooming, so does the Legacy Ball. And this year we've mentioned this before, but kind of doing a different twist on it. For several years, I think it was 10 years. I'm pretty sure we did for 10 years. We did the dinner dance at the fairgrounds.
Yep, with an auction.
And a live band and
like
all
a big
that.
fundraiser event that typically you see.
And this year we changed it up, and so it's going to be not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, the 14th, and it's going to be a French dinner at Pacific Restaurant. And I was just talking with Nelia yesterday, and she has a friend who's a French chef who's very highly regarded in the whole chef community. And also she's in contact with a vineyard over in the valley that's going to provide some wine. So it's a 7-course French dinner with wine pairings. And so each course will have a little... small portion of wine that is, a match with the food and all that. And Pelican Pub, for those people that maybe aren't as wine, connected with the wine part of it. Yes. Then Pelican Pub's going to provide beer.
Nice.
And there'll be soft beverages as
of course,
for people that
water
that
and all
want.
those kinds of things. Yeah.
And so
coffee, I'm
really
sure.
looking forward to it. And it's going to be at the restaurant, so not at the fairgrounds, but at the restaurant. Doors will open at 6, and it'll be hors d'oeuvres and kind of getting started. And we'll sit down probably about 7:45 or so and have a really nice dinner. So,
nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll have speakers, or will you be speaking, making me a short little speech or something kind of about...
Yeah. And we'll, one of the things we've really talked about is making sure that people connect this event with the foundation, with Tillamook Education.
Right.
So when it all started, like I said, now 10 years ago, we called it the Mayor's Ball. And it was, we invited the mayors, and we always introduced the mayors, but it was always a fundraiser for the Education Foundation. We just called it a Mayor's Ball because it was a community-wide thing. But several people mentioned across those years that, well, they thought it was a fundraiser for the mayors, for like political kinds of things. And so a few years ago, we switched from Mayor's Ball to Legacy Ball, but that still doesn't give a real strong connection to the Education Foundation. So what we've come to now is the Legacy Ball Dinner. Well, actually, it's Tillamook Education Foundation Legacy Ball Dinner.
You got to come up with an acronym for that.
And at the event, we're not going to have an auction where we're auctioning off, loads of gravel or furniture or anything like that.
Number.
We're going to talk about the foundation. We're going to make sure people understand the kinds of things that the foundation supports and that it's directly connected. So the Education Foundation, financially is totally separate from the school district, but all the programs and all the things that we are involved in, all the funds that come into the foundation directly benefit students and staff of the school district.
Right.
And so, and so we're going to try to make that connection even stronger this year. There will not be a lot of talking. There won't be a program. Most of the evening will just be a pleasant, really delicious dinner and beverages and
her
a chance
food.
just to kind of sit down and enjoy
So good.
it. Oh, yes.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
She has I don't know if it was a sample on a menu. Like she was testing out different dinners a couple of weeks ago. And then she came over. She knows my husband and I, and we were talking, and I said, you have to keep this on the menu because it is amazing. It was like seafood pasta, but without the pasta. And I don't eat a lot of pasta-y things. Yep. But it was fish and the sauce. Yeah. Oh my gosh, with vegetables.
Sauces make.
And the fish was so tender. It was like melt in your mouth. Oh, so good. Yep. So good. Now I'm hungry.
So it's gonna be a really nice evening.
It'll be.
It's gonna be a low key evening again. It's not gonna be big and loud and noisy. There's not gonna be a lot of
casual, formal, right?
Casual, formal,
business, casual.
Yeah. That would be a good way to describe it. And so not casual, but not.
Don't show up in jeans and flip flops, but you don't need a tuxedo.
Yeah. So business casual.
Should we mention your sponsors?
That would be good.
Headlight.
Yeah. And so Headlight Herald has donated space in the newspaper, so people have probably seen that. The Samuel S. Johnson Foundation is a presenting sponsor. The TLC Fiber Credit Union, presenting sponsor. And then Willamette Dental is also one of the major sponsors of the event. So, we really appreciate them.
Next Saturday, the 14th, not tomorrow, next Saturday. How long are tickets on sale for? Up until the day
Up until the day.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're gonna, by probably about Wednesday, we'll get a number, whatever that number is that Nelia will kind of shoot toward, as long as we don't have a flurry at the end. Right. But she always is a little on the high side anyway of preparing things. So probably by Wednesday we'll kind of get our last hard count. But certainly if people for whatever reason would like to attend right at the last minute, we'll make sure that works.
Are tickets only available online, or can you get them somewhere else?
You can get them from the district office. Contact me or Angela Palladini at the district, or anybody at the district office. Eventbrite is the online
Eventbrite.com,
source.
BRITE.
Yes. And as soon as you pull that up, it'll lead you right to that. And so, $75 per ticket. Again, that's an increase from what we've done before. But again, there's not going to be a bunch of auctioning
or raffles or anything
things like that there.
In the long run, it's probably way cheaper than before.
Yes.
your outgoing bill.
It's a dinner with, and again, all the wine and beer is provided within that ticket. And so it's a dinner, multi-course dinner with all the beverages, so and it's going toward a good cause.
Should be a nice evening of fellowship and hanging out and hearing what the
eating
education
something that you probably wouldn't normally go and find in Tillamook. So.
Very cool. I have to take a quick break. We're going to talk about Rosenberg's. Where do you go to find almost anything you need for home improvement? I'll tell you where. Rosenberg's. Rosenberg's has been your local connection for anything you need to build and finish your house to perfection. Carpet, cabinets, paint, electrical, plumbing, nuts and bolts, fencing, windows, doors, and so much more. All those items in one place, but that's only part of the story. What really makes Rosenberg's your stop for home improvement is their people. Their knowledgeable, friendly staff is there to help you through any project. Any question from what paint you should use to how to install a new shower valve, you can get the help you need to do it right the first time. Stop by Rosenberg's today to rediscover what you've known all along. It's better to shop local and work with great people that you can see every day. Build it, plumb it, wire it, paint it. Rosenberg Builder Supply, Tillamook. So we're talking with Bruce Rhodes this morning. When you come in, I feel like we always need an hour. And we shoot through this 30 minutes pretty quickly, don't we? So you have a really long list. So I would like to give you the option to talk about what you want to talk about next. I don't want to steer this conversation. Make sure we talk about your priorities. Well, I just thought, I just kind of sat down. I thought,
maybe people don't even understand what the Education Foundation does. And, it's something that everyone knows what a school district's like. Everybody understands, kind of how things go. Not everybody understands having this Education Foundation. So it's a 501c3, which means then any donations or either whether it's cash or in kind or products or anything, that people can get an official receipt for a tax write-off. And so that's one of the benefits. And another reason to have this totally separate organization is, so one of my main jobs is as a grant writer. And so I'm putting applications out and getting some grants, not getting some, but across the year I get a number of grants. Some organizations, so like if it's the state of Oregon, so if it's the Oregon Department of Education, they will give a grant right directly to a school district. And so we have a handful of grants from the state that go directly to the school district. And they fund like our OYCC program and a mentoring program and a number of things. But many private organizations, private foundations or trusts, kinds of things, they will not as easily, sometimes actually they're not even eligible, school districts aren't eligible, but other foundations and private money many times would way rather fund projects that go through a 501c3, a nonprofit, as opposed to, so schools are considered government agencies. And so those private things, organizations and personal trusts and family trusts and things, they generally don't choose to give to a government organization like a school district. So we started the foundation in 2002. And we got 501c3, official 501c3 status in 2007. And so we then qualify for many of those grants that a school district could not.
Yeah, it opens up that pool.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
So I would say about 50-50 on the grant applications that I put out. About half of them I aim toward the school district and half of them end up coming to the foundation. And then the programs and the resources flow to the district. But it comes through that 501c3. And so I just thought I would kind of go through a list of the kinds of things
and we've
that
talked
the
about,
foundation.
I mean, it's amazing the things
surprising.
I know we've, yes. Was it last year or the year before, there was somebody at South Prairie that needed boots and raincoats for the kids and found a grant and you guys got that grant.
That's right.
So let's talk about some of those things.
Yeah, there are all sorts of things. I'll start with, because it's kind of that season, scholarships. So the foundation, several different groups run money through the foundation that ends up in scholarships. And so again, that if you're listening and you have a senior high school student, definitely know that this is heavy scholarship time.
It's scholarship season.
It's probably past some of those things. No, but usually those are due. A lot of the local scholarships especially are due here about the middle of April. And so
I think
Charity
TBCC
Drive Scholarship
has a group
and Elks and TBCC and Kiwanis, all those local. There's Jessie Mae Riggs. There's for us, again, for a community our size and a district our size.
Absolutely.
There are a surprising number of scholarships that are out there part of the community. The foundation also runs a number of them. And again, it's many times these are people who have in the past, some connection to Tillamook School District, and they have some money in their family somehow that it has grown and passed down through, and they want to fund a scholarship. And so that many times for most of these now have run through the foundation. And I'll just say, just in the last month, 2 new ones even. Nice. So somebody passed away that graduated many, many years ago from Tillamook, and some of their family and friends want to start some kind of a small memorial scholarship, and they approached the foundation, and it's a great vehicle for something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. I know Matt and Sylvia Dixon, they did a Kermes celebration last fall that raised some money, and they decided that they want to take that money and now funnel it through the foundation to generate a scholarship. And so it's a great way for people who want to help students, but it's it's not now. I guess it kind of goes through an official capacity,
right?
As opposed to just somebody sitting there with money saying, "How do I get this?"
Well, I was going to say, and it takes all of that pressure and overwhelmingness of like having how to figure out who you give it to and what do you do it for tax
and how do you do
purposes
an application and all that, right? So they can.
That's nice.
They can donate to the foundation. They get a tax receipt. And then we, through the high school, then handle applications and selections and things like that. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of those things.
Okay. We also this year got a grant to fund some after-school programming, and that included the Chess for Success at East and the junior high.
Which some of those kids went to state, right?
Yeah, and I didn't hear all the final results.
I didn't either. I just know a couple kids.
I know there were like 100 kids at East that ended up participating.
Yeah.
And I think about 25 or 30 at the junior high. And I think there was a group at the high school as well. And the group Chess for Success funded part of that, but then the foundation with another grant funded part of or helped support that project.
And that's part of the thing too. A lot of grants have you have to match.
Yes.
So that's nice that you guys can be a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Many granting groups, many funders, they don't want to just be the only player in the game. It always looks better if you have a broad base of support.
Yeah.
And so if one group puts in some and another organization funds a little, and then pretty soon you have enough money and it funds the whole project. We also are we're just getting ready to start the second round of an after-school project out at South Prairie for the second and third graders. And that is on Monday evenings. So it'll be starting this coming Monday for 6 consecutive Mondays. And they do some science and kind of STEM work after school for a couple hours. Yeah. So, again, that's a grant that came through the foundation. We have 2 different ones that we're working with a group in Garibaldi around Piers End and the Coast Guard Boathouse about making that a better place for some of our educational endeavors there.
Because I think Claire takes people out there. Yeah, they go out there. And did the science project thing just happen out there?
Well, they couldn't because of the weather. So they decided to pull that and to move it to East.
Okay. I was going to say, the pictures didn't look like it was down there.
Yes, yeah. So we have a couple of different grants that we've gotten to help fund some things out that way. Yeah. So there's another connection with both the community and with our students. Community 101, I think we've mentioned that before, but it's a program where funders give money to a school and then at the high school level. And so we actually have one at the regular high school and one at Wilson River. And so each of those programs get $5,000. And then the students, they accept applications from community organizations. And the students decide which groups then they will choose to. So they become kind of a mini foundation. Yeah. And the money flows to them and then they disperse it to the community. So it benefits the community, but it connects and hooks the students into the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so a great thing. Care Oregon, which is a health organization in Portland, we got a grant from them to fund some of our trauma-informed practice and some of the training for our teachers in the Discovery Program. I think we've mentioned that. Our OCF dental projects, Oregon Community Foundation, we're in the in the second year of that. And we have money for another couple of years to fund that. Yeah, so that's good. And here's one that is an example, again, of it's not a great, big, huge thing, but a group of parents and community members wanted to help build up and improve the baseball field out at South Prairie. Yep. And so many times, you start collecting money and you pile it, and that money then again it kind of ends up in like a coffee can with somebody, or you know how that goes. Yep. And it's not that anybody is suspect in all this, but that's just not a great way to raise. No, and
it takes the responsibility off of someone. Yeah.
No one should be sitting on $5,000 or $6,000 because it just.
It's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea, right? And again, not that we would think anybody here, but every once in a while you hear of somebody that they raised money for a playground, and next thing you know, they're
in Jamaica,
across the border somewhere else. So the foundation serves as a great way to just get away from that whole liability thing. Yeah. When you're collecting money for a project, You can bring it to the foundation. Again, people get receipts if they're donating the money, which most of this is donation. We compile it up, and then when things need to be purchased, materials or soil or grass seed or whatever, something like that, then the foundation just writes checks.
Yeah.
So it becomes a really nice, safe vehicle to raise money and to do some local projects that just kind of takes all of that liability and kind of some of the trouble of all that. It can just flow straight to the foundation.
Yep.
And
so
that,
parents
that's
did
fun.
that for the baseball field down at South Prairie.
Field.
Yeah.
Tools for School is a kind of an annual program, and that will be kind of kicking off here. That's a combination program between Elks, and then the foundation handles the money part of it, but it builds a kind of a storehouse of school supplies and backpacks for needy students. And usually the money kind of flows in the spring and the summer, and then Russell Smith at the Elks, he gets all the school supplies and all the backpacks and hands those out as the school year starts.
Nice.
So again, it's just another great way to have kind of a financial or a fiscal agent to be able to handle those kinds of things.
And again, takes the responsibility off of, because that's a big responsibility.
It is.
Just even like with a scholarship piece, making an application, then receiving them back and trying to figure out what you're asking. And it's a lot.
Yep, all that. And again, we have a board that meets every month, and we go through our financial statements. So, everything is very transparent.
Yep.
Everything is, our accounts and everything. Anybody could look at them at any time. And so again, it's just a safe way to have money first kind of accumulate and then flow to different projects that need it, and it takes it out of that whole coffee can kind of system.
We just have a few minutes left, and I still have to do this break, but I'm going to do it at the end. So you want to talk very, very quickly about the new superintendent?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. At the last board meeting, so we announced our assistant superintendent, and his name is Kurt Shelley, and he's currently the superintendent in John Day, which is in
Eastern Oregon.
Kind of northeastern Oregon, in that basic area over there, if people have gone that way. And so he is actually an experienced, this is his third year, he's an experienced superintendent. He'll be coming on board this summer in July and start working with Randy and the rest of the staff in the schools. And he will serve as assistant superintendent with the intention that when Randy retires at the end of next year, that he'll move into the full regular superintendent. Yeah.
Weather-wise, he is in for a shock.
It's going to
Dry
be a little bit
desert to humid coast.
Yeah, but no snow. And,
no snow.
And the cold.
And not super hot in the summertime.
That's right. So
except for last year, we had that one day at the June Dairy Parade where it was 95.
Yes. So, and the last thing I'll mention, charity drive applications for local nonprofits and local organizations. We always have them due on tax day, which happens to be a Sunday. So we've said April 16th.
Okay.
So that's coming up here pretty quick.
A week from this coming Monday.
And you can go onto the district website. The application is very
simple.
short, very simple. I think 4 pretty easy questions to answer and get those in.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming in today. I am going to talk about the Tillamook Regional Medical Center. Do you want that vibrant, healthy look? Medical and aesthetic skincare treatment for acne, anti-aging, and rejuvenation are available at Images Medical Spa, offering top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products, including Botox for chronic migraines, chemical peels, and more. Dr. Claudia Foster Olson has been practicing medicine for over 30 years with a special interest in aesthetic medicine. She has personally tried and uses the services they offer. She is certified in Botox, chemical peels, fillers, and laser therapies. At Images Medical Spa of Adventist Health, you can afford to treat yourself. Have any questions or want to book an appointment? Call 503-815-2410. That's 503-815-2410, and let your inner beauty shine through with beautiful, healthy skin. Let's see. Monday we'll have the OSU Extension office here. Don't forget senior meals, 11:30 at St. Mary's by the Sea in Rockaway Beach every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also noon every weekday at the Kiowanda Community Center in Pacific City, as well as at Tillamook Senior Center at 4th and Stillwell. Cost is $3 for seniors and $6.75 for everyone else. As Maria mentioned, CARE is having a hiring event that is happening at the WorkSource office, the Oregon Employment Department. It is not Workforce with an F, it's WorkSource. It's at 2101 5th Street between 10 and 2 today. They're taking walk-ins between those times. Anyone can come in and fill out an application and speak with either of the hiring managers from Kilchis House and Nehalem Bay House. They will be there between those times. Tomorrow night, the Hoffman Center is hosting the Brazilian Strings Trio at 7 p.m. Oh, no, that's tonight. Tickets are $20 each. It is cash only. And then Saturday, that is tomorrow, the Hoffman Center is hosting Big North Duo, a classic swing, blues, and country band from the heart. This is a free concert courtesy from the North Tillamook Library, and it starts at 1 p.m. This weekend is the Home and Garden Show at the Fairgrounds tomorrow from 10 to 5 and Sunday from 11 to 4. It is free admission and parking. And tomorrow night at the NCRD Single Malt Q-Tet is playing at 7 p.m. Tickets are available at tickettomato.com. And happy birthday to Sierra Lauder and Ashley Reeves. Bruce, thanks for coming in this morning.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you, Tillamook, for listening.